Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this beautiful world. My name is Jade, and this is the Rant. Boom. And today, let's talk about that unforgiving algorithm. We're going to oge, so let's oge. Hello and welcome to the show. My name is Jade and this is The Rant. What's crack-a-lackin', folks? Hope you're doing well. Monday morning here in Australia, Sunday for the rest of you enjoying your weekend. I hope you sure are, because you deserve to have a nice, relaxing weekend, don't we all? Because there's so much in the world going on, whatever that is. I myself relaxed yesterday and took part in watching the new movie called Wicked. And it was wicked. It was good to let one's hair down, watch a movie for 2 hours and 40 minutes and enjoy a bit of musical, some tears, some laughter, a bit of nostalgia and all that kind of stuff. And it felt good just to unwind and not do the algorithm, because so we're going to be talking about today. It is an unforgiving mistress, a cruel and sometimes evil mistress that is relentless in every single way. Some people have no idea what I'm talking about, but it is the YouTube algorithm is what we are talking about. Them aliens, says Deep Gravity, complaining about green face in Wicked. Well, that wouldn't surprise me because, you know, I'm sure, you know what, those aliens wouldn't be too worried at all. They're too busy laughing at us. They're too busy watching the sitcom that is the human race from the comfort of their wonderful spacecraft. And I'm sure there's plenty of stuff we entertain them with every day. So hello, welcome to the show. Hello, Deep Gravity. It's good to see you back and hanging out. I noticed that you've got some time on your hands. Joe Glenn, we've got Rise of Dark Leela. We've got Allegedly Ali in the house. Forest of the Wolf, good to see you, Mark. And all that jazz. We've got lots of cool stuff coming up this week on the show. I'm slowly getting through planning everything. Last night we dropped the first, hey, pat on the back for me, the first pre-recorded demo of the new studio. It took a while to get everything packed and start getting back into doing pre-records, but this dropped last night. Magic Filter by GSDSP. About a 23-minute video going into the pretty much the basics of how it works. It's not a complicated video. It's not a complicated app. I'll tell you what, apps are really complicated if you get in your mind that they're complicated. That is the secret to understanding how apps work. There is no magic formula. Let me tell you, as somebody who has to learn heaps and heaps of different apps, if you go into it with the mindset of this app is really confusing, really overpowering, before you even get into it, guess what? You're not going to understand it. It's going to be a struggle. If you go into it with the concept that I can do this, it's a filter. How threatening can a filter be? It's just a filter, you know? I don't get upset when I eat prawns and they're just filters. They just filter the shit on the bottom of the ocean, you know? Hello, Robbie Stingle. Hope you're doing good as well, my friend. Boom. He's someone who knows something a little bit about the algorithm, because he puts out a lot of content. Now, we have another pre-recorded demo. It may be pre-recorded. Maybe. I'm not sure if this is going to drop tonight or we're doing it tomorrow in a live stream. So L2 Aura by Aurora DSP. It's a compressor. Maybe just do a very short 10-minute video on this. It's a compressor. What do you need to know? Guess what it does? It compresses your music. It brings up the lower bits and makes the louder bits. You know what I'm saying? And it does it really well. So that's all you need to know. There you go. That review's done. Let's move on. So today we're going to talk about the algorithm, the YouTube algorithm, and the joy that behest all of us who must deal with the algorithm, because it is a pleasure, isn't it? What encouraged me to do this show? Well, it was actually a very large content creator who I watch quite frequently, and I know there's a lot of people out there who, I don't know, I guess have a love-hate relationship with this guy for some reason, and I can't understand why, because, I don't know, man on internet yells too much. There's lots of YouTube channels I watch where I find the presenter annoying. I don't watch myself because I find myself annoying. There's that. So, but it doesn't take away from the content. If the content is informative, I can sit through somebody who is annoying. But this person's not annoying. I just think he yells a lot and swears a lot, and some people can't deal with it. So, hello, Hugh. Good to see you, Hugh. Hope you're doing well. And that person is Thomas Christ. G'day, g'day. And that person is Glenn Fricker. So that's what inspired this video, because this week, the yelling man on the internet, Glenn Fricker, who loves to yell and swear, and I think he's awesome. Why? Why? Because his information is just stellar. His information is great, and his heart is absolutely 100% in the right place. He wants you to save money, right? That's the first thing. He wants you to save money. He wants you to get better, and he wants you to produce good music. And it doesn't matter what the delivery system is, because when there's intent behind things, then that should be so you should be able to overlook some of the quirks of your presenter that you choose to watch. Hello, E Urban, good to see you. And look, it's pretty shit what happened with Glenn. So he released a video this week called I Need to Stop Making Videos. If you haven't seen it, I'm going to play the first few minutes of it just so you can get an idea.
I need to stop making YouTube videos, at least for the time being. I'm shooting this Sunday night on November the 24th, and this is going to be a very different video from what I normally do, but I wanted to give you guys, the viewers, an update on what's going on. And Wednesday morning, my wife of 24 years suffered a stroke, and I need to put my focus on her. And I'm totally fine with doing that. That's what marriage is all about. That's what you sign up for. You take care of each other. I'm more than happy to do that. My dilemma here is that I do YouTube for a living, and YouTube is a great lifestyle. It's an amazing way to go through life. It's really, really awesome. I've met so many amazing people over the years doing this, and I'm grateful for that. However, the YouTube algorithm, I swear, was based off the movie Goodfellas. You guys ever see that film? You know, the part where the restaurant owner goes into business with the mob. And it's great because he's got all these benefits, but he's got to come with the mob's money every week.
It's the mob.
Business is bad? Fuck you.
Business is bad? Fuck you. Can't pay your debts? Fuck you. Fuck you. And he summed it up well. I'm not going to play that video. I will link it in the description afterwards. Go and check it out. And the one thing that about Glenn is, like I said, he does put people first, and he does produce a lot of really high quality content that is trying to help people. And he wasn't asking for money or anything like that in that video. All he was asking for people to do was to just hit play. Just while he's away looking after his wife and holding her hand through all that stuff, which is, traumatic. Just hit play. Go to a playlist and hit play. It's a really massive thing to do. It's more important, I'm just going to put it out there, it's more important than hitting the fucking subscribe button. YouTube is so focused on hit the like and hit the subscribe. The like is definitely far more powerful than the subscribe. The subscribe, it can be it can kill your channel. If you got a whole bunch of people subscribing to your channel who then don't watch your content, it will damage your channel. So, forcing people to go over and subscribe to your channel, and it's just not the way to go. You want genuine people to subscribe. And it's interesting, I watched a YouTube video a while ago from YouTube, Renee Ritchie, who I've been following for a long time. If you don't know who Renee Ritchie is, let me grab you his details here and show you his page. So he's got a long time standing as a tech reviewer. I first came across Renee Ritchie from the iPhone blog back when iPhone started out. Then it became iMore, and he's all in on iPhones and all that kind of stuff and technology. And basically, I followed his whole career, and now he works for YouTube because he's such a good content creator and he's very engaging and such. But he's said it as well, getting people to subscribe to your channel and then they don't watch your content will fuck your channel up, because you end up, it's like carrying a cemetery around with you of dead accounts that don't engage. And I also heard him say once that when you look at your statistics in your YouTube creator channel, which you should be doing and having a look, you shouldn't be obsessing over this stuff though, really. I should put out this disclaimer before anything else. You shouldn't be obsessing over your YouTube channel, the stats and all that stuff. Pay attention to the numbers because they do help you better understand the way people engage with your content, but don't fucking, let it like weigh you down, because whatever you do, it's not going to change in an instant unless you get some hit video that's a viral success, and that's very rare these days because, ultimately, the statistics say there are over 500 hours of videos being uploaded every minute on YouTube. Pretty hard to stand out in those numbers. But when you look at your YouTube Creator Studio, you can see the ratio to people who are watching your content, who are subscribed and who are not subscribed. And it's actually a good thing. Now, hear me out on this. YouTube even say this. It's actually a good thing to have a very high rate of people watching your content that aren't subscribed. Why is that? Opportunity. Opportunity. If you only have large numbers of people watching, so if you've got like a 90% rate of people watching your YouTube channel that are already subscribed and 10% that are watching that aren't, there's no room for growth. Absolutely. So, and I know I used to watch a YouTube channel where every video the host would go, "Did you know? I've been looking at my statistics, and my statistics say that 75% of you aren't not subscribed but watching my content. Can you hurry up and subscribe?" And it's like, relax, man. Relax. Dude, that's a good thing, right? Hey, Gary Hubs, good to see you. Michael Thompson, hello to you. Panda Get, did I miss you? I thought I said hello. Hello to all of you hanging out, and if you're lurking, lurky lurk. So there's that, right? It's a thing. The statistics of people who are watching and not subscribed is opportunity, and opportunity is a good thing. The opportunity to grow and get better is always a good thing. When there's space to breathe and change and grow and get new viewers, that's always a really, really good thing. But going back to Glenn Fricker, all he asked on his video was, can you just go and hit a playlist? While I'm away, just hit a playlist. And look, I don't think I'm breaking any secrets here, but let's talk about this. There's some people I know on YouTube who I've had some discussions with and said, hey, you want to help get your channel up to a few more views and stuff so you can get those views you need to get monetization? Well, do you got a spare computer? Just open up a couple of tabs and hit your own playlists and leave them on repeat. It works. It does work. And you can call it rigging the system, whatever, all the help you can get. Yeah. So that kind of thing does help people's channels. And that's what Glenn Fricker asked while he's away. If you got a spare computer, please run a Chrome tab in the background and just put on a playlist and put it on repeat for a week or whatever, and help him stay in the algorithm, because the algorithm is a evil, dark, forceful brooding, horrible bitch that is continuously nagging at you. The algorithm is that motherfucker, is that mosquito that you hear all the time. Is it constantly upload content, and it better be good. If it's not good content, I swear to God, nobody's going to watch it. And it makes you feel bad. A cruel mistress indeed. Gary Huff said, apparently that works. I think the first person I told that to was somebody I don't really talk to anymore. I'm not friends with anymore on YouTube because he's a total and, you know, that's the way it turns out. But I did tell them if you wanted to get your channel over 1,000, do this little trick. And what do you know? Within a week, they got over 1,000. All right. Open a stream farm. Well, that's how you get elections won. Right there. That's how you get elections won. I'm not talking about Nick Nocturnal. Dude, I know about him, but I've never watched anything from that person. I'm talking about somebody in the music community. You know who it is. Looks like a scarecrow. Anyway, hello, Shimmer Soul. Good to see you. I hope you're all well. Yeah. You're all a bit like Hugh's ex-girlfriend. Well, do tell you. Who is this woman? And what did she do to you? And was she your mistress? What kind of things did you do with her? Everybody, make sure. Should we do a poll? We'll force Hugh to let us know what his dark mistress forced him to do. Fucked his brain up. All right, the algorithm. Here's the thing. When you've got a job, right? When you've got a normal job and something happens in your life, guess what? And now this doesn't happen all the time because not all jobs have nice people working, good management and stuff or good HR teams. But if something goes down in your life, normally they can accommodate. Oh, my sister died. Oh, you need some time off to go to the funeral. Yes, please. You know, and you can accumulate days off. This is the kind of thing with real jobs compared to YouTube. The death in the family, or you're sick, you've got sick pay, or these kind of things. Unless you're working casual, so YouTube's more like a casual job, but even more unrelenting, I should say. Have you tried to use that one before? Yeah. I'd like to see that conversation, Urban. But with YouTube, if you roll up to YouTube in the morning and go to do your daily live stream or upload your video for the week that you do every Tuesday or whatever it is, and you say to your computer like this, computer, I can't do it today because I've had a death in the family. Hello? Is anyone in there? Well, computer says no. Computer doesn't give a shit. YouTube doesn't give a shit. So you're stuffed. And if it's a long-term thing that you need to take time off for, you're stuffed. You are gonna lose your place in the algorithm. So especially when you're on a roll and things are moving and you're seeing like things paying off on your channel, you're seeing like consistent viewers, the graphs moving up. Everything's looking really sweet because it is a roller coaster ride, YouTube. So it goes up and down, but you turn around and say, hey, I got some time off. Hey, I'm not feeling well mentally. I'm having some mental health issues. I don't think I can sit in front of a camera today and in a room with nobody talking to a wall. Sometimes I feel like I'm in a mental institution doing this job. Has anybody ever felt like that when you're doing YouTube? Sometimes I log off after a show and go, is this what my life's turned into? Me sitting in a room talking to myself. Could you imagine if somebody could see into this situation of me in a room by myself talking to nobody? Oh, you guys can see that. Oh, sorry. But it is a strange phenomenon, really, isn't it? Sitting in a room and with little stupid RGB lights behind you, thinking they look really cool. It's just like a big dick energy light over the side there and a whole bunch of crap possessions on a shelf. And here I am just, is this what being in a mental institution is like? I've never really thought about it this way. Pre-recorded content is even worse because there's at least there's comments. At least I know most of you are real. I'm not so sure about this guy here. He worries me. This Robbie Stingle, I don't think he's real. Hey, Lux, good to see you. And there's my dear friend. Good to see you, Lux, and good to see Lizard Day. They look cool though, yeah, but I think they're a sign of I don't know. Yeah, they're a bit wanky, aren't they? So it's a strange thing to do this anyway, right? It's a very strange role is what I'm trying to get at. Sitting here, you know, talking to yourself in a room. I imagine I'm going to be 80 years old and in the same situation, just surrounded by other 80-year-olds in the same room talking to ourselves at some point. Can you imagine that? Can you see that? Oh, no, I'm losing the topic here, but that's what happens on the rant. One day, I'm probably going to be in an old person's home, 85 years old, sitting there in the common room with the TV blaring, with my hunchback and Wheel of Fortune on the TV, like Gladys Worthington sitting there. And then I'll go, like and subscribe, like and subscribe, like and subscribe. Fucking hell. That's what's coming, isn't it? Look, I knew it. Listen, I can't help it. You're going to offend somebody with a joke, aren't you? Wheel of Fortune rules. Oh, sorry. It's a new car. Anyway, the algorithm. Let's get back to the algorithm. Goodness me. So the algorithm is unrelenting, unforgiving. It just doesn't care what comes up in your life. Like Glenn Fricker. His wife's had a stroke. You know, he's living. Luckily, though, he records people's music and has a studio and does all that kind of stuff. But you can see more and more Glenn Fricker's channel was, you know, his main earning. That's what he was focusing on. Uploading videos nearly, 4 or 5 days a week. And now there's the inability to do that. So what's going to happen to the algorithm? Well, I'll tell you what happens because I've just experienced it this week or last week because I had to take a week off to move house. And I've taken time off before on this channel personally, and the one thing I'm more scared of than anything else on YouTube is taking time off. And I know, I hear it all the time. People say, you got to just take some time off. Just take a week off. It's all cool. And I get it. Like, yes, I can. You have the power to do that. But the algorithm is reminding you, when you take time off, we're going to punish you. We're going to punish the absolute dickens out of you. And they do. Your videos they just get taken out of. So it feels like all the work that you're doing and you get to a point where things are rolling and then in an instant you can see everything just drop. And it's interesting, like over the 4 years I've been doing how to app and this kind of stuff. When I have taken time off, the numbers have plummeted. But the good thing is, like Glenn said in his video, if you have a organized channel and have all your videos in playlists so people can peruse and go back and have this good organization, hopefully there's enough videos that new people are going to find those older videos still in the algorithm, and your diehard followers will go and click on some old stuff just to generate some views for you while you're away. Every time I've taken a break, every single time I've taken a break, the channel has just plummeted. This time was a little bit different. It didn't plummet anywhere near as hard. And I think that's because I have a lot of content, and a lot of it, is still like a lot of app reviews. And the good thing is that people are buying apps every day, regardless of when they came out. Yeah, because the iOS community is always sharing like on Facebook groups and stuff like that, on the Audio Bus forums. Someone will post something like, hey, does anybody know a good reverb app or something? And then names will get, a whole bunch of apps will get listed, and then people jump over to YouTube to try and find videos. So luckily I have a lot of content of apps, and, you know, not all of them get removed from the App Store. So this time, somehow, I didn't really struggle too much. And the monetary stuff stayed about the same, because I don't make a lot, let me tell you. For anybody who thinks like, hey, you know, a live stream and pre-recorded video on average is what, about $5 to $7 a day, if that. So there's that. So, you know, you want people to click on stuff when you're away. So this time it wasn't too bad. I'm just looking at my stats now, trying to bring them up. I can't show all that kind of stuff because the funny thing here is YouTube, in all of its wisdom, they want you to share information about, you know, there's so many channels telling you how to get more viewers and how to get more likes and all this stuff. But as soon as you show any of the statistics on your fucking page to people publicly, how much money you earn or anything like that, they come down on you and they're like, you can't show that. So that's a fascinating outlook. Hello, the deal for real. So I'm just looking, but I can clearly see, I'm just looking through the days I was away, yeah? So like $6, $4, $4. And this is where it started to die. $4, $4, $3. And then I came back. So yeah, it definitely had an effect, but did it have as much of an effect? Not really, as the other times I took a break. Hello, Ed B. Metal, good to see you. Click on the right comment here. There it is. Ed B. All right, let's talk about some ways that you can fuck with the algorithm. And you know what? You're going to... I'm sure many of you out there have watched videos on YouTube on how to game the algorithm, how to get more views, how to get more likes, and everyone and their dog. I saw a really interesting thing the other day. Did I save the picture? I can't remember if I... Oh, yeah, here we go. Here's a fine example. You ready to laugh? I thought this was hilarious. This video, how to gain 1 million views in just 3 days in YouTube. Very secret tips. 7 views 2 years ago. I love this comment down the bottom. Maybe he's just asking. That's good. Because there's so many snake oil salesmen out there on YouTube. There's more and more of them every day. And now it's getting worse because they're AI generated. And you know how much I fucking hate AI. AI generated videos are consuming, they're just filling up the space on YouTube of these facts and things, how to get more views. And it's like, dude, this is fucking AI generated. What the hell? We're being told how to get more views by AI. What is going on? But we've all heard the tricks, thumbnails, it's all really boring, generic stuff. But the secret really is, I mean, it depends. Are you in this to get 1 million subscribers? Are you in this to have a chat that has like 10,000 people, so much so that you can't keep up? Or are you in this just because you like making videos? Or are you in this just to have a very small community of positive people? For the most part, manifesting a very small, tight community is far more advantageous for your channel than trying to hit some big video that's going to blow up. And, you know, we all see what happens when people win the lotto and they've been poor their whole life, and then they win the lotto and they get $1 million. Guess what happens? In about 6 months' time, they're fucking broke again. You know what I mean? Hello, Robert Redmond's Clip Channel. And of course, Heathen Granny 666. Hello. So, you know, yeah, we know you like numbers, Rob. Robbie, did anybody know that Robbie likes numbers? He really likes numbers. He likes sharing his numbers with everybody. If Robbie Stingle lived with the Count from Sesame Street, there'd be a lot of laughing going on. 1 million. 1,000,001. It'd be something like that. Anyway, we're at our halfway point. I need to run an ad. I do this on the channel every day just because when you let YouTube generate the ads, you all get an ad at a different time, and I can't control when you get an ad. And it might be at a time when I'm saying something really, really and you don't want to miss that, do you? So we run the ad so everyone gets it at the same time, or you don't. So let's run the ad. You can avoid the ad by becoming a YouTube Premium subscriber or by skipping the ad, and we'll wait for you to come back. That's the way we oge. Let's oge. The ad has been run. You may or may not get served an ad. I don't know. We'll find out. You can let us know if you get an ad or not. Meanwhile, while we're waiting, let's talk about this great new board game that's come out. Has anybody played it? I would play it, but my grandma isn't alive anymore, so I thought probably not a good idea to, I don't know, dig her up. That's the kind of humor you get here, folks. It's pretty bad. All right, so we're back. Let's talk about this algorithm. Let's get into it. So let's talk about some strategies about overcoming the algorithm. And most of them you're going to have heard a million times. Now, I have something that's been written for me here. So do you know how the algorithm works? Hello, Jenny Jolivet as well. Let me read from this piece I wrote last night. The YouTube algorithm is a complex set of rules and data that determines how your videos are ranked in YouTube search results. It's been used for over 10 years. 10 years, that's all the algorithm's been around for, and has evolved over time to help YouTube users find the content they're looking for. Now, we'll stop there for a second because tangent. YouTube didn't need to have an algorithm before 10 years ago. And then they started monetizing. And now they need to have an algorithm because this is the way things work. Now, I'm just going to go on a little side rant here. I was going to do a full rant on this, and maybe I still will. But I see a lot of people on YouTube complaining, going, YouTube's out to get us. They're censoring us. They're not letting us say what we want to say. Blah, blah, blah. For the most part, this kind of stuff is coming from the panel verse. I don't know if you know what the panel verse is on YouTube, but the panel verse is like a great place to hang out where people sit around and talk about issues, politics, and a whole bunch of crap that they can't fix because you know why? They're too busy bitching on fucking YouTube, saying a whole bunch of hot air, and then when nobody agrees with them, they try and dox each other. And they're a whole bunch of fucking assholes who just very self-centered, me. They want to just, they're debate lords pretty much. Or you've got conspiracy theorist channels, you know, people who think that JFK's coming back from the dead or whatever to save the world and all this nonsense, right? There's a whole lot of nonsense out there. So YouTube is monetized, and it's been monetized for a bit over 10 years, something like that, a little while now. And people always complain that YouTube is censoring me. YouTube is stopping me from saying my cockadoodle conspiracies. And it's not YouTube that's actually censoring you. It's the advertisers. they're the ones who pay the bills. I don't know if you understand how like advertising works. I think people get confused. I see this rhetoric on YouTube all the time. People are like fully just going, YouTube are controlling us, Google's controlling us. It's not. It's the companies that advertise. And if they think that you're talking a load of dog shit, they don't want to associate their products with your shitty videos. I can't put it any like more simple than that. If you're standing there saying that, you know, some wackadoodle thing that just isn't real, right? Then who wants to have their brand associated with your nonsense? They don't want it. It's not YouTube. So you can't have things both ways. This is the way of life. You can't have your cake and eat it. It's just, and if you do sometimes get that, well, you were lucky. But if you want to get paid, if people want to do YouTube as a job and make some money, then guess what? Advertisers are the way you do it. So you've got to bow down to them. That's the way it works. This is why we sit around and some people complain about commercial television these days having too many special interests from, you know, they're too left or too right or too this. They're not really. They're just appeasing the people who are paying them the most money. It all comes down to this, my friends. So you may have heard about this thing a while ago called the adpocalypse that happened on YouTube. And that was in the gamer situation where a whole lot of shit went down with the feminist movement and the social media woke people, whatever it was called back then, in 2016. And advertisers went, well, we don't want to advertise with any of this toxic shit that's going on. So the advertisers have control over, you know, content. This is why now you'll see on videos when people post like something about flat Earth, there'll be a little Wikipedia thing saying, we think this is nonsense. They have to do it so the advertisers, I don't know, can feel comfortable. Like, who wants to advertise with somebody who like is virtually licking a window in public? Not me. So it's not YouTube. Like, people need to get that through their head. It's not YouTube. It's the advertisers that are controlling this stuff. And because YouTube has become pretty much the modern replacement for commercial television. We all sit around and watch YouTube now instead of the TV. But like anything, if you want to make money from it, if people want to make money from it, the money's got to come from somewhere, don't it? And if the people it's like you go to the bank to get a bank loan and say, I'd like to loan $10,000, please. Well, the bank's going to go, well, what the fuck are you going to do with it? And how are you going to pay it back? They want to know. They want to see this stuff. So advertisers want to see what you're making, and before they put their name on it. That's just the way it is. So that's my little tangent from how the algorithm has been around for 10 years, because they've needed to create an algorithm to get these videos into people's vision. Yeah, so it can, because if you've got advertisers, and advertisers are putting money up on videos, you want the video seen by people. So that's what the algorithm's meant to do. The algorithm works by identifying what type of content you have and then matching it to users with similar content. So this is why we put tags, and this is why we put hashtags in the titles and all the various things and the thumbnails. You want to feed these videos to similar people. This is why when you join up to YouTube, they ask you your age and your gender and your preferences and the things that you like. A little bit of a secret I'll let you in on. They're not collecting that information, right? Now, of course, they are for advertising. They're not collecting it to spy on you. Your life's not that fucking interesting. It's not. They collect the information on YouTube of your age and gender and all that stuff so they can match you with the content that you want to watch, right? And sure, we all know that in this day and age, information is bought and sold. It is becoming the new currency of the world. It's, who knows, in 10, 20 years' time, information could be the thing that we're all bartering with. Companies are already doing it now as we speak, you know. For example, though, if you post a video on how to cook chicken, the video will show up alongside other videos of people cooking chicken or cooking, or people who are watching videos about cooking chicken, having with chickens. Maybe not that last one, but it will be sent out to similar like-minded people. That's the idea of the algorithm. So when you upload your YouTube video, it goes out to the ether and it takes all those keywords and all those things that you've put in there and it starts to feed it into the algorithm and it compares it against other titles that are out there, other hashtags, and it sifts through all that. This is what the algorithm is meant to be doing. And it determines where it should send it to, which people it should send it to. And then what happens is it will appear in your feed. And you know this, when you look at your feed, you'll see like, oh, this video pops up. I'm not subscribed to that. But it thinks that you might like it because it's collecting all the data of the things you watch and saying you might like this as well. And you might scroll past it and go, yeah, no. But it will show up again. Possibly in the next time you do a refresh, it'll possibly show up again. And then if you skip it again, it gets a little mark next to its name and says, no, you're not interested. And then it may show up again a day later or even a few hours later if you do another refresh and do another home refresh on the main page. And then if you skip it for a third time, you might not see it again. So be aware of that because that's the way it works. Like it presents it to you and you get an opportunity to click on it. And then if you don't click on it a certain amount of times, it disappears. And this is how YouTube advertising works too. You can pay to have your video show up in similar videos. You can actually determine, you can send paid ads out to age groups, gender. You can send it out to similar like music that you make. And you can decide when you create a YouTube ad how many times it's presented to people before it gets removed. You can actually have it like 5 times it gets presented to people with those interests, and then if nobody clicks it, it fucks off. You can even make so, if you create an ad, that you present it to people, and even if they click on it and watch it, it gets presented to them again. You can decide all that kind of stuff. So the algorithm is quite a complex thing. Still, the algorithm is it really is, because it just doesn't let you take any time off. So, but the YouTube algorithm, it ranks videos based on things like popularity, things like length, how long people will watch your video, when it was uploaded. What else? They actually call, like, I think the algorithm is called it's called the watch list. Get it out, Jade. The watch list. The more popular your video is relative to other videos on YouTube, the higher it'll rank in search results. Even if that popularity was accrued via paid ads or endorsement or someone famous, or just by putting it in a playlist and having a bunch of your friends just keep the playlist running. That's what Glenn asked people to do. So, you know, there's ways to kind of sort of rig the system. Now, here's the interesting thing. Now I'm going to click over to the boring stuff that you've probably heard a million times. But firstly, let me tell you, the YouTube algorithm isn't perfect. I know, right? What a shock. What a shock. Some tips that I've read over the years is quality over quantity. Quality over quantity. The primary goal of the algorithm is to prioritize high quality videos while also making sure they're not competing with too many other videos for attention. Relevancy. The second goal is to ensure that your video is relevant to the user's search query. This means you have to be able to answer the question or solve the problem in the video. Yes? So that's the thing. If you've got a video, you have to, I mean, you can get away with doing things like clickbait titles, but if you do enough clickbait titles and don't resolve anything, no one's going to watch them. You need to have a thing Here's the thing and resolve the thing. And look, there's so many different ways you can do a video. And I know people get upset about the way people do videos and what they say. There's a lot of channels out there who each of their videos say, hi, today we're going to do this thing, but make sure you hit like and subscribe and do all that stuff first. And you think, but you haven't done the thing yet. Why would I subscribe to you? Can you do the thing? Can you do the thing? And then I'll subscribe. I'll if you do the thing. Because there's nothing worse than doing the thing and then finding out that they don't tell you anything. And there's a whole lot of things being done and my thing isn't getting thingicized. Clarity. Finally, your video must be easy for users to understand and follow. If people can't understand what you're saying or don't feel like they've learned anything from it, you won't rank well. See, that's exactly what I just said. So we've got some tips here. I love this little page. We'll close out. We've got 12 minutes time. I don't know if I can do the thing, but I love and adore the thing. Whoa. Don't we all? We all love the thing. Point being, things must be done before things are done. There's no, look, you won't get things done unless you're stuffing things, right? We all love stuffing things. Did you know after today's show, Pete Johns is doing a little show called Your Music Live, and he's on holidays as well. So he's going to be dealing with the algorithm as well while he's away. He did some pre-recorded content to try and keep the algorithm going, which again is something that you can't always plan for. Pete's gone away on a boat with his family on a ship, but you don't always get that opportunity to pre-plan. And then so hopefully he's going to be okay with having today's YML as a premiere. So we still get to watch it. He recorded it days ago. It doesn't really matter. It's just playing your music, and that's what's cool. Let's talk about some tips. 9 tips on how to improve your organic reach through the algorithm. 1, optimize your video titles on YouTube. Now, these are things you're going to hear all the time. You've heard them a million times. Optimizing your video titles is one of the most important things you can do to improve your organic reach. The title is part of what makes the video stand out from others in the search, so it's important that you put thought into what you want people to watch. So obviously, if you're going to do a video on how to make carrot cake, don't say, I like cars. Probably not a good title, right? Tell people what it is. Making carrot cake. Describe exactly what it is. It's pretty simple stuff, right? I think that's what you wanted me to say, didn't you? But I can't reach you all the way over here from Australia, so hubba hubba. Hello, Audible Video. Everybody give Audible Video a group hug, please, if you can. Hey, thank you, Shimmer Soul. That's very kind of you. If you haven't seen Shimmer Soul, you should go and subscribe to her. She's a fantastic singer. See her all the time on G-May's show. She's a really, oh man, she does a mean shirt too as well. Whew. You say that. Thank you so much, Shimmer Soul, for that. Write quality descriptions, folks. Put a description in, like put some time into it. Even if you have to, use ChatGPT. Put something into ChatGPT and then edit it down a few times. Don't just get, if you're going to use ChatGPT for anything like for descriptions and stuff, it's okay. You can use it, but edit it down a bit. Don't just use what it gives you the first time. Edit it down. Like say, can you be a bit more concise? Can you take out some of this stuff? Because it'll look like ChatGPT, but you can actually manipulate things like ChatGPT. See, I'm against AI music. I'm against AI, art and all that kind of stuff. But I do believe in using ChatGPT to write stuff, as long as, again, like with music, if you use AI music, don't just take what it gives you and just put that out. It's cool to take it and then chop it all up and add some of your own stuff. If you're doing that, that's cool because you're actually adding something. But if you just, it's Don't use the first thing. So write quality descriptions. Let people know what's going on. Don't just put one line in a description. People like to click on that stuff while they're watching the video and get a little bit more insight. Have relative links, have relative sources, all this kind of stuff. So have links to other videos of similar content in that description as well to get people to go somewhere else. Give them multiple ways to click more videos because that's part of the algorithm. Part of the algorithm is to try and keep people on your channel. When something ends, you want to have something at the end or in the description that keeps them on your content. You're trying to create cocaine on the internet. You want to keep people rubbing it on their gums. You want people to rub your content on their gums. Help web crawler bots identify that your video, what it's about. So that's what putting descriptions in. Not only is it to get people to engage and see what else is in there, to find links of the stuff that you're talking about, but it helps web crawling and it helps places that, suck this data down to put that out there instead of just a video. So it takes those keywords and it ranks keywords, SEO, all the SEO stuff. Make sure your video is search engine optimized. Important stuff. Keywords in the title. Yeah, you get up to 100 characters in your title, so use it smartly. Use every word that and be picky. Cut words out, stuff that you don't need. Keywords in the description. You can add up to 400 characters worth of text in there. Using capital letters, spaces, punctuation. So there's a whole lot of stuff you can do. Relevant tags. So you can put tags in your videos. Now, tags are nowhere near as relevant as what they used to be, but why not just put them in there? Like, it can't hurt. Like, I tell you what, I use a thing called TubeBuddy, and I could do a whole show on TubeBuddy. It's fantastic. I think if you've got under 1,000 subscribers and you sign up to TubeBuddy, you get it for like $2 a month. It's really cheap and it helps you. It gives you pointers for each of your videos and it allows you to copy and paste tags. It's really cool. You can create templates for tags. So then when you get into your video, you just go to your templates that you've saved and go, this video is for iOS, and you can have all your tags for iOS stuff, or you can have the rant and all your tags for your rant. It's really good. Something like TubeBuddy is really, really cool, and I think it's only like $1 it's something like that, $1.50 a month if you have under 1,000 subs. So it's worth your time if you're just starting out. See, there's our numbers, man. Robbie Stingle. Boom. Relevant tags. Create playlists. I said that before. Make playlists. Organize your stuff. It looks nice. It does look good when people go to a playlist section and everything's all nice and neat there. There's nothing worse than going to a page and there's no playlists. And I tell you what, if anything does happen and you have to step away from YouTube, you can do what Glenn Fricker did and come on and say, hey folks, I'm not going to be here for a month. Somebody died in my family, whatever happened, I can't do YouTube. Can you please, while I'm away, just click on a playlist and just hit play? And just a great way to get people to engage and keep your content in the algorithm, yeah? I love this one, this point. This is point 7 for being getting your stuff in the algorithm. Produce high quality content. Well, that's harder done than said, isn't it? Because whether we like it or not, YouTube's a popularity contest. Isn't everything a popularity contest? It is. Yeah. And you don't always know what people are going to like. It's really hard to do. Sometimes you get these great ideas in your head and go, I'm going to do this. Everyone's going to love this. And you do it and nobody fucking watches it. That's a really hard one. It's really hard. Quality content. What is quality content? Well, that's completely subjective to every single person. It's like musical taste. Quality content to me compared to somebody who just watches videos of people. Quality content could be ratemypoo.com. I don't know if any of you remember that website, but it was just a place where you could go to share photos that you would take of your poo. And to a lot of people, that's quality content. So there you go. 8, post transcripts of your videos below the video player. And YouTube make this really easy to put transcripts in there. You can actually go and do that. It's part of the system. There's a whole lot of things you can do in your Creator Studio to make sure transcripts are available. You just have to go in there and let the AI do it. So you can do all that kind of stuff. At 9, the one I'm the worst at is reply to every comment you receive. It's really hard to do that, especially when some people write some really strange things. And at least if you're not going to like respond to every comment, at least hit the like on every comment and a little love heart, because these things, they encourage the algorithm, right? Interactions. The last one I'm going to talk about, number 10, is don't get upset when somebody hits dislike on your video. In fact, embrace it, encourage it. Tell people to hit the dislike. Make a joke out of it. Because at the end of the day, there's a lot of people out there who think that hitting the dislike is getting at people. And it's not. It's a positive thing. Right? I don't even know why YouTube ever removed it. It's such a stupid thing to remove the thumbs down. It's so dumb because it's an interaction. So for anybody out there who sits there and goes, I'm going to hit the dislike, fucking have at it, please. Go and hit everybody's dislike. It's still counted as a like. It still contributes to the video going into the algorithm. So you're not affecting anybody negatively. It's just a vanity metric for you. I think that they created the dislike button just to give assholes a sense of accomplishment. You know what I'm saying? And we love encouraging assholes to be their very best. So, I hope you've enjoyed today's rant, talking about the algorithm. Try not to take it too seriously. Yeah, I learned this time around from taking a week off just to let it go and just make sure I moved house and my sanity was okay and make sure everything was set up and good for me to come back. And now here we are. Studio's great. We're back. We're rocking and rolling. I'm in a new house. It didn't really affect the algo too much. We're all good. And have fun. Look, the most important thing, again, is fuck the algorithm, man. Have fun. If you're not having fun making content, become a banker. Yeah? Because this is supposed to be fun. And sometimes once you start making money on this thing, the pressure can build up because you've got to make enough money to pay your bills. That's the hardest thing I've had to learn. I don't make a lot of money here, but what I do make goes to my bills. So if I have a bad month, I'm screwed. That's the way it works. But just have fun and it should be okay. Yeah? Alrighty. Going to get out of here. I'm not sure what's happening tomorrow. It may be a demo or it may be making music. Pete Johns is up next. Thanks for hanging out for the rant. Remember, do the things that make you happy. Thank you, Shimmer Soul, for the super chat as well. Do the things that make you happy. Mistakes make you better, and we'll all rise together. Stay awake. And, of course, let's oge.